So hello everyone. Hey, let me just share the link on my social media here. Hi. Hey. I'm just sharing the link. So, let's get started. Again, this is Zaky. For those who don't know me, I'm a 3D character artist from Egypt. I'm specialized in stylized character, and you probably saw one of my blockouts somewhere of your character artist, if you're learning anatomy. You probably saw one of those. So basically, I give all my focus on making stylized blockouts. Basically, sharing my workflow and my blockout on my ArtStation and Gumroad. They are all available on my ArtStation store. If you're looking for a base for your project and if you're learning anatomy, you can just go through one of these. I'm using very simple shape, basically some primitive shaped as muscles. And here I am on Maxon Zbrush sharing my workflow with you guys. I hope you're learning something. No, I'm not the best at teaching, but yeah, I'm trying. So, this is where we're left at last week or the previous week. He's missing his leg and his fingers. Yeah, this is my blockout so far. And today we're going to um we're going to work on his leg and his feet, and we are going to block out his finger. He doesn't have a face, so where I'm going to break down how I block out a face using simple shapes. If you look at this one, let me. So this is basically a character I worked on live stream here. I can share my workflow in much more details regarding how I block out faces and head. So let's don't waste other time because I'm already late. So, again, as always, I'm going to add a primitive object here, an appendage, split and mask. Again, if you are not familiar with my workflow, you can check out my art station or the previous stream here on the channel. So for his feet, again, I'm going to start with a primitive object, as you can see. What you can see here, I always try to, especially for the leg, I always try to keep it a bit rotated like that. So his knee is going to this is the center line here. So his knee is going to be this point at this point here. But again, I'm trying to just to keep this line here. This is the center line I want. And now basically I will just scale this down using dynamic symmetry or local symmetry without dynamic. Sorry for that. So this is his knee. Again, I want to make it. Let's add a an edge loop here using the modular brush because I want to have a basically a straight line here. Then a breakdown for his quads here on his leg. Making his his quads, giving it a volume here. Again, making a straight line here. I imagine the quads to basically go through this line. There is no line, I know. I'm working on some primitives. I'll show you in the at the end of the stream. A very good project I'm working on right now. Basically, a new product that will make your anatomy a bit better if you follow it. Let me rotate it so a bit like that. Again, I don't like to have any sharp transitions here. I don't know if what is the product. I'll show you at the end of the stream. Basically, an IMM brush with a primitive. I really can't explain it. It's basically it's some primitives, an IMM brush with some primitive that have anatomical guide. Again, I will show you at the end of the stream, or maybe after a few time. I'll take a break and I will show you what is the product here. Yeah, let's continue. For the muscle groups here, I'd like to add a few volume here. I don't want them to touch each other here. So I'll just use the smooth brush. Again, let's use the inflate brush here. Again, because I don't like the sharp transitions here. So for the quads, I want to have this angle, an angle like this. I will use this edge loop for that, for the quad. Just like that. I'm keeping everything simple for now. And of course, I will adjust the proportion later. So, because as you can see, his quads is not very developed. So I'll try to match that. But I will try to keep all the important anatomy landmark here. So yeah, I think this will do. Now I want to sculpt his lower leg. Again, not super developed. So yeah. So what are you guys doing right now? And I'm really curious if you are using my blockout on any of your projects. Again, let's add an edge loop here just to make this angle here. And again, this one goes up, this edge loop, and this edge loop goes down. Just like that. Again, I will adjust his I'll rotate it a bit. So this line is exactly above this line, you know? Cool. Yeah. The ultimate stylized female anatomy crochet is probably the most detailed one, even more detailed than the male anatomy. I know I'm bad at female anatomy. I'm not this good, you know, for females. Working on male anatomy is much easier for me. Mm, so I will just rotate it a little bit here. Now I'm going to add his feet. Again, the same appendage will do the job. Again, for his feet, I'll just add, you know, I'll just scale this up a little bit here. So I'll push these points upwards. Maybe pushing these points. Making a shoe shape here. Let's add an edge loop here just to even those points out. Yeah, like that. Let's again add an edge loop here to make the bony landmark for this point. think his feet is a bit large. Yeah. Yeah, this will do the job for now. Again, fixing the spawny landmark here. This one is up and this one is down, causing this angry face like that. Again, with perspective on, everything is going to be okay, I think. Let's decrease the opacity so I can see my model. Yeah, his head is a bit small, and I know that from the last stream. But I think everything is. I think it's working. I need to work on some of these angles on his apps and probably his pectoralis too. But yeah, I think I can manage that. Leg is a bit thinner, so make it a bit thinner of this area here. But again, I'm trying keeping everything, every landmark I sculpt in place, you know. Mm, now I think it's okay now, but um, so at this point, I'll probably have to move the leg on a new folder here. Uh, I'll press group split I start working on the muscles. So um I want to sculpt his quad. I'll just keep I'll just keep a single piece here for the quads, one piece here for this group of muscles, and a piece here for the I think the hamstring. So uh, here's what I'm going to do. I'll just divide this part. I will add a polish by feature. Just a single level will do. I'll delete lower. I don't want the low resolution anymore. So for this piece, I'll just duplicate it. There are now two pieces occupying the same space, you know. And I will probably make this piece the quads. So I'll just destroy all the muscle information here. I'll just keep the quad. I'll just add a few volumes here and there, and I'll do this after adding a volume here first. So I'm trying to have this line, this exact line here. Yeah, like that. And this separation too. Now I have the quads, so I don't want the quad here anymore, so I'll just move it out. Now I want to have the hamstring here, so I will duplicate it again, add a crease here, destroy all these except for the hamstring here. It's really quiet on the chat. I hope you guys are still in here. Keep pressing the button here. This is the last part. I want to have this group of muscles here. So we'll just increase the volume and destroy all these. I only want this muscle group here. So this one here. We'll just improve the anatomy a bit more. The hamstring, I will just move it backward like that and move it inward here. And probably I'll add a volume here. With the big point or the pot. So um, I think I will keep it this way. I will add a single beast here for his knee. Oh, let's disable the perspective for now. Sorry for that, guys. So his knee is a bit off. Yeah, like that. I'll probably improve the proportions here a bit more. I feel his leg is a bit short. So for this piece again, I will just divide. Use polish by feature on a very small value like that. Because I want to keep my peak points here. So again, delete lower. I don't want the low resolution anymore. So you're going to you will love the my latest product once I'm done working with it, you know. Hey from Chile. Thanks. Thanks for following me this long. If you are following me from the beginning. Has been so long, you know. Again, I'll just divide this, delete lower, polish by feature for his feet again. I think his feet is okay now. I will not add any details for on his feet. This, on the other hand, I will again duplicate this. I like to have this as the bony landmark. You know, I'll destroy all the volume here, just using the smooth brush. And I will use the dam standard to define this area because I want a flat plane here. So this piece will be the hamstring on and basically all the other muscles here. So try to keep it in mind. Just keeping the bony landmark and the plane here. Like that. Uh, I don't think I will add any other details here. Yeah, this will do for his feet, his leg and his feet, I think. Uh, I want to move all the on a new folder. So so just to keep things organized a bit. Oh, I don't want the style poly anymore, so I'll just delete it. And before that, let's save because Zbrush. So this is the blockout so far. Um, I think um I think I can. Yeah, probably we can do this. Let's duplicate this piece. Oh, let's first. Let's duplicate this piece. I don't want to duplicate the whole thing. Oh, I have to expand the leg folder. So let's duplicate this. Let's move everything except the tendon here. Yep, like this. So this is his feet. And let's enable perspective to see it well. Mm, Again, I'll have to join all these pieces using the T-pose master and uh, you know, adjust the you see this th these this point is the peak of his pelvis, so it has to go a bit forward here. I'll do this in a moment, but I want to I want to check everything before that. Let's save and let's start working. Yeah, let's start working on his fingers first. Then we will then I will start adjusting the proportions a bit more for this character, and we will call it a day for now. So, especially for his head. Uh, or so. Let's press this let hidden. Let's scale it up a little bit here. Just filling these gaps here because I don't really like it. But yeah, let's start working on something else. Uh, oh, I don't like his deltoid from the last stream here, so lacking a bit of volume here from his back. So I think this will do for a volume. Again, I can't see his hand is a bit too long. See, they are not his fingers, so I don't care how 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 it looks. Only care about the volumes and the shapes. I'll keep this hidden, and I'll just add a primitive here for his finger. Yeah. Let's add an appendage here again. So I'll use split and mask. Oh, his partially hidden object. So split hidden. And I will delete hidden here. I'll use dynamic symmetry because I want to keep the basically keep the finger mirrored so I can shape it with ease. So I'll duplicate this, keeping it here. Again, another duplicate, scale it down a little bit. As you can see, it is too long. I'll scale it down. Probably bit, uh, a bit thick too, so yeah, this will do. Basically the same length as his wrist here. So again, a bit thick because his wrist is too thick. So oh, let's enable dynamic symmetry again. Let's use auto group for that. Oh, where is my dynamic symmetry is not working. Oh, it's the wrong axis. Let's continue. Again, I'll just make a finger shape, and later I will duplicate it for the other fingers. So adding a crease here and crease here, smooth it out a little bit, making this a bit wide. So making this flat for his nails. I will duplicate this, move it to make the other finger. I don't care how it looks on the other side, so I'll just keep it this way, rotate it a little bit here. I don't want to lose my symmetry, so I'll try my best to not break it till the end. I mean, till making all the fingers first. Let's rotate it later, so let's not waste our time here. Again, let's duplicate this, making it another subtool, scale it down a little bit, rotate it outward. Moving it inward and rotate it inward also. Just want to make a relaxed pose, so try to achieve this. Again, for the last finger, let's duplicate this. Again, moving it outward a little, scale it down a little bit. So again, I don't really care how it looks on the other side, so try to adjust the spacing between the fingers here. And let's duplicate this to make the thumb here. Oh, let's enable dynamic symmetry again. I'll keep this scale the same here. I'll just delete this part, so I only have two pieces here. I will delete hidden. Going to move it here. the origin point, rotate it, and this is basically his thumb. We'll adjust it with the shape a little bit here to make it look like a thumb using the same paste from his fingers. So let's uh let's delete it in here. Disable dynamic. Again, don't want to have any sharp transitions here or there, so I'll adjust the connections here. I know I'm squeezing the geometry too much here. So for his fingers, I'll just uh, use mirror and weld for all his fingers. Mirror and weld, and for his thumb, mirror and weld. I don't. Oh, don't want to have these, so I will delete this. Delete it. Disable this. Enable X symmetry again. So there are some duplicates here. Oh, it it is deleted in. Oh, just press mirror and weld here. I think this will do. Again, his hand uh is a bit big now. Not huge. It's really small on the concept. So, but yeah, this is the it's going to be the final result. But I'll just have to adjust a few things here. Maybe I'll use topological here to filling the gap. Um, so right now I think I'm done with the blockout, but uh, you see, he is a bit, a bit rigid, a bit boring. I want to make it more dynamic because it's a superhero blockout. So um, I think I'll just use the let's say first before doing anything. Let's add another version here. So let's press T pose mesh now. Let's activate symmetry. Okay. So you can see these are the peak points I was talking about here. I want to make the pelvis pointing a bit forward. His rib cage too. I want to make it just the angles here for his rib cage. His oblique too was probably a bit on the back too much. So I'll adjust it to just his lot and just fixing a few anatomy landmarks here and there. And yeah, do you guys have any questions? Any specific topic you want to me to cover on the stream, or you're just enjoying watching me looking out my characters? I was wondering too if you're interested in seeing me doing some experimental stuff. And by experimental, I mean it really experimental. We can make something with these experiments and we can get nothing. So see how easy it is to adjust the proportions, because these so detailed. These are so detailed. The blockout is so detailed, and yet a few. Uh, uh, I mean, it's a bit super low poly, as you can see, so I can edit the proportions with ease. Well, I think it is. He is. He's leaning a bit forward. It's more like a second. The concept. Let's enable perspective. Now I feel he's going to fall. So I'll just move it backward, moving his hand too. And I wanted to scale his hand down a little bit, just a little bit, as I feel, yeah, of Ew. I'm here adjusting the overall proportions for the blockout, making the important landmark a bit more pronounced. Yep. Um, I think I'm this guy. Yeah. If you think if you mean this guy, then I'm this guy, yeah. If you mean this one. Yeah. Thanks, and I'm really glad you found my workflow. I'm really glad my workflow is helping, you know. Cool, thanks, man. Really glad I got help. I learned my workflow from Shane also, by the way. This blockout method from Shane. I just um I just you can say I just found myself on the anatomy part a bit more. But yeah, I've learned all my workflow from Shane also. He's a streamer here, by the way. So, and he has a new subscription based course, I think. Yeah, it's called Sculpt School. It's $30 a month. So he's teaching how to sculpt character for 3D printing, but he's also explaining his workflow, blocking out this guy. So you can learn a lot from Share. Me myself have learned a lot. So you definitely want to check him out. of topological. I want to adjust these this shape. I think I have subdivided these two pieces by mistake, but it won't harm, you know. Yeah, it won't harm at all. So sorry, I'm a bit picking here. So I think this is going to be it for this character. Press auto group to see all the muscles in different polygroup. Yeah. Yeah, this will do. Let's enable perspective. Yeah, like that. See, I can make it a bit more wide using a very big brush. And this wide, let's make it a bit more wide. Yeah. So this is it, guys. I'll just now show you the I'll show you my new products. Just a sneak peek here. But let's take a screenshot here. Day 12. Let's make a turn around. Because why not? I think it looks nice. It can look better than that, but yeah, we don't have much time. Day 12 underscore. Let's take a loss of picture like that. So let's day so I'll just show you a small picture now. I will not show you the actual models, but I can show you a screenshot. So I think this is it. Yeah. Yeah, exactly this. So this is my new product. And as you can see here, let's use the another white color here. As you can see, these are going to be an IMM brush. So this is basically the anatomy part. So there are I will add a few more details here. I'll still add a few more details, but as you can see, these are, hey Mike, these are a anatomy muscles basically, but as you can see, they are very low poly, so you can adjust it and make it suitable for your characters. Basically, you can achieve your volumes much faster, and then you can just um, using Dynamesh to add details or to have these pieces as separate parts and start working on your own blockouts, for example. So, and again, as you can see, this is the brachioradialis, and it has its own polygroup. So you're basically sculpting anatomy, but with guide. You will know this is the crease separating the brachioradialis and the extensors, for example. So I'm basically taking your hand by providing these pieces. You will sculpt by you'll just focus on your volumes and basically using the crease brush, the draw brush, whatever you're using, any brush you're using to add these creases. As you can see, this is the rib cage, the pecs, the muscles on his scapula, the tricep, the trapezius, sorry, the neck and the muscles on his neck, even the face and the facial features here. You can just sculpt this skull here, a very low poly skull. I'll make it even more low poly than that, so you can achieve the your volumes a bit much faster, you know. And then you can just insert the eye and make it the same shape for the same eye shape for your character, and insert the ears, the nose, and basically all of these will have polygroups and guides to guide you. For example, this is the cheekbone, for example. This part, I'll make it. I'll still adjust the head. This is the eye socket and all the muscles here, as you can see. Some of you guys will probably say this. There is a few triangles here and there. They are not for animation, of course. They are just a low poly muscle primitive, you know. This will speed your block out so much, and as you can see, this is the same primitive we used, I think, in the last couple streams. This is the same primitive, but uh with guidance, you know, with a guide polygroup, so you can achieve your anatomy much faster. And for me, so that I can explain a bit more my workflow, because I depend so much on the on low poly primitives, but I can't explain it much. So explain the anatomy from these primitives. So I can use polygroup terms to represent the muscles. As you can see here, this is the basic shape for his leg, his quads. As you can see, this band, this group of muscles. They are muscles on his back too. Again, this part too, the lower leg. Again, this is the flat plane I was talking about. Again, all you basically you're going to have all your landmarks, and you know, you'll have the landmarks. So basically, you are going to sculpt the volumes. Then you will just uh, move uh, po- on these loops, edge loops. Sorry, guys. You'll just move on these polygroups, edge loops to sculpt your anatomy, or to get your shapes right. And again, if you want to increase the resolution of these, you can either use subdivision or the or Dynamesh for that. As you can see these lines here, the angles are right. As you can see, these are the angles I was talking about. So all the landmarks basically for all your anatomy blockout, your anatomy based mesh you are working on. So I think this is going to be a really interesting project. And as you can see here, they are all the muscles. Again, they are so much triangle, but each, you have to trust me on this. Each polygroup here is a muscle. Even here for his shoulder, his scapula, sorry for that. These are the muscles on the scapula. These are the trapezius, for example. As you can see here. Sorry, I'm not good with drawing, as you can see. See here again for the brachioradialis. All the landmarks you will use basically for sculpting your characters. These are the biceps, the triceps, even the muscle here have its own polygroup. This is the pelvis, the neck, basically all the muscles. I'm still working on his hands and his fingers too. Those are the only missing pieces. Then I'll make a polygroup from an IMM brush from these. So stay tuned. They will be available on my ArtStation and Gumroad as always. And I'll probably make a demo next week about them. I will finish them by next week, I think. So we can make a demo here in the channel on how to use them and how I will use them to speed up my workflow. So this is it, guys. Thanks for sticking till the end and see you next week. Bye.